15. Love. Love. Game, Davidovich Fokina.
That's the way to get it off to a nice start. Confidence from Spaniard.
Yeah, it sure is. As you said, had a really strong year, played a lot of matches. You make finals, you're going deep. You know, hasn't won a title, but it's really a lot of times about can you week in, week out show that form of consistency. For Opelka, hasn't been able to play that volume of matches, but I know they've been working on how to finish the points off really quickly. So when the ball's there to be struck, hit it. Don't spend too much time up along the baseline going side to side, fatiguing yourself. Playing a little bit more lower percentage tennis, but more productive for the big man.
Smart move from Opelka to stay at the other end for that service game.
Love 15.
Did he get the option? Did he get the option? So
yeah, you can choose your end.
Yeah,
you can choose your
so
end.
now he serves for the first time from this end. I've seen it. Saw it yesterday on Margaret Court for an hour, the best part of an hour. It was really tough serving from the southern end. In fact, I think we had 3 or 4 service games in a row that were lost by the server at that end in a pretty high quality match. Musetti and Collignon.
Wow. And so this is the thing, everyone thinks, oh, big servers, they're so tall, they should easily fight, but sometimes they just lose, they don't have rhythm. They can miss. Craig Boynton there. He's the coach, Hubie Herkatz, for quite a while. Not the start he's looking for. Just comfortable at 227.
That 227 is the second fastest serve of the tournament so far. Tarante, who's already been dispatched by Tommy Paul this morning, 228. So,
and funny, that 228 in his first round match. I did the first round match. He opened up with 224.
You know you're in for a torrid, you know you're in for a torrid time.
And so if you're watching Opelka, he generally serves 2 first serves. That's the reality. He's coming from such a height that there's big margins. It's almost, you're almost slam dunking your serve. And the chances, you know, really they're quite high that he's going to make 2 big first serves on the first and second.
So a little sluggish out of the box, but Opelka holds. It's good to see him back. We talked about those injuries. Once you have, you know, range of those, had a tumour on his hip that required surgery, and the wrist as well, which is possibly even more problematic because they can be tricky to overcome. But he's back. Last year made the final in Adelaide.
Thank you.
And you can see there from Opelka how he
50,
just had a
lap.
big swipe at that ball. So that's the things they were talking about. Don't stay extended in a 5, 6, 7 ball rally. Try and finish something off. Don't expend all that energy doing the racing across the baseline. Now it's hard, David, because he actually can rally the ball. That's so. But what Craig's saying to him is that you got to decide one way or the other. Is it worth it? Putting your limbs through that.
Oh. Thirty, 15.
And the toughest part is the second serve when you're playing Opelka, because he steps in the court, any ball just sort of rises into his hitting zone. You can't really get it in an uncomfortable position unless you just go at his body.
Game. Davidovich Fokina.
It's a good opening from Davidovich Fokina. Leads 2-1. Tennis players well used to the, waiting for the next match to be called, Roger. But when you're seeing a player having 3 match points and in command, looking like they're going to a straight sets victory, you are ready to go, aren't you? And then there's, they fight their way back in. The second set takes a little bit longer, and then all of a sudden it's almost an hour and a half before you move into the court.
You've had the nervous. You've gone and had the nervous toilet break, haven't you?
And you've got to refuel, and you've got to do all of those things. I know that tennis players are very good at managing all of that, but it's so unique in world sport that you don't know your start time.
I know, and some players really need to be precise. They try and work to a real time frame, but you've got to be.
You can't be, can you?
No, in our sport,
it wouldn't work.
You've got to have most things organised, and then you just got to be pretty relaxed.
The only thing that's similar, I reckon, is if you're a batter in cricket, where you're number 6 in the order, and you think, I'm not going to be on here for 4 hours, and then all of a sudden there's a string of wickets and you're out in the middle.
Yeah.
Beautiful day. Wednesday in Melbourne. Huge crowds have been here the first 3 days of the tournament. Public court here, still in the sunshine, so the fans seeking the shade at the top, but still plenty of room in Kia Arena.
Oh.
So see there, the extended rally doesn't work. And over time, that if there's a genuine fatigue, it will take Opelka out of rhythm of his first serve, and that's when you can get involved.
15 all.
Opelka's one of 11 Americans who survived the first round from their 20. And the Armada of Spain, just 4 left, Roger, which is unusual. Only 8 starting, down to 4. That's a bit of a shift in the numbers.
It is.
Of course, they've got the number 1, so that helps. And Davidovich Fokina is the other seed. But only 4 through to the second round.
And they've generally had a pool of players in main draws. Spain, they've been a very strong nation.
40, 15.
So aside from the height, what's the secret to Opelka's serve? He gets some good
Well, he's got
elevation.
Off
the ground.
He uses his height. He uses his extension. He's using his legs. He's not just some players. Some tall servers can be tall but don't actually use that asset. But he generally explodes straight up, and so he's getting maximum height when you talk about elevation off the ground and racket extension.
Game Opelka. 2 games on.
And then what it does then, obviously, it just gives you so many more different access points around the service box. You can go to shorter areas of the court out wide.
Buen lanzamiento, empuja bien con las piernas. La cola abajo durante el punto. Vamos, Ale. Vamos.
Fifty left. Thirty left.
Really, Spaniard loves to pick the ball up on the rise. He naturally can do that, take the ball on the rise. So that's a challenge for Opelka because he's able to get the ball into the open court a lot quicker. And Opelka wants some time.
Game Davidovich Fokina.
So Davidovich Fokina.
Davidovich
Talk
Fokina
about
leads 3 games
Opelka's
to 2.
serve, but he's only lost 1 point so far. Leads 3-2.
Time.
224. Average speed so far, 219. 0.7. It's an important 0.7.
It's good if you've got an average speed above 210. And David, there's a reality around all of this. They're nasty to play. It's not who you want in the draw, to be honest. Even some tournament directors would say, "Oh, do I really need you to knock out my #1 seed?" You know, they're my crowd pullers. But there's a reason why every single tall player at this height with big serves isn't at the top end of the game. It's fatiguing, and it's not just about the speed of your serve. Location becomes real key. So you can serve at 215, 220 and 210s. If the location is poor, the modern day athlete just sticks a racket on it and makes it. That's pivotal. And the faster you serve it, the less direction. Just like that. That was a 214 serve straight to the forehand. Davidovich Fokina handled it easily.
So when the opportunity comes on the serve, all of a sudden it elevates the temperature significantly for both players. Break point opportunity for Davidovich Fokina.
Davidovich Fokina.
And with the double fault,
Davidovich Fokina leads 4 games to 2. Ladies and gentlemen, it's great that you support the players, but please do not create any distraction to the players just before the service motion. Thank you very much.
So for Davidovich Fokina, who's been very good on serve so far, just dropped the 1 point, but he just testing the sunshine down at the southern end. So Roger, trivia question then.
59.
Talking about height and
yes,
players, and you've
give it to me, Dave.
You've written off anyone that's tall.
I know you love it.
You've written off anyone that's tall because tallest player to win a Grand Slam, men.
Juan Martín del Potro.
Good question. Good. I'm going to check his height. It's not the answer I've got here, but he would be close, you would think. I'm going to crowd a list here.
There's a few. Marat Safin was pretty tall. I'm still picking Del Potro over. Sampras is tall, but not really. Gee. I think Del Potro's taller than Becker.
So Del Potro's 198. He wasn't on the initial list that I've got, because I've got another at 198.
Have you?
A more recent winner. If you're playing along at home, you can...
Medvedev?
Yes. Yep. Well done. Without notice too. I'm impressed with that. Stressful Davidovich Fokina on this service game.
And he's interesting because when you look at Medvedev, yes, he's tall, he's got that height, but one of the all-time great movers for someone at that height. Wow, does he cover the court? So he's got the luxury bit of both. But when you get to that extra height like Opelka, well, then unfortunately, you can't have both. In saying that, don't they move so well now? Remember the athlete at this height 20 years ago? Well played. Just played within himself there. Tried to find the serve out wide, which gives you the open court to hit into. And he did that with security. Didn't try and test the sideline. You don't need to. Nice smarts. I remember when you were playing against someone who was 6'4". Back in that day, you'd be thinking, "Oh, just move around a bit, you'll be right." Like they don't cover the court that well. Now they eat you up.
He knows that was important. And Davidovich Fokina consolidates the break. 5-2.
Davidovich Fokina leads 5 games to 2. Ball change.
Well, it's sort of the natural evolution, isn't it? But you look at all sports, and the sport that you know is our indigenous game, the AFL. There are the midfielders now are the key position players of not that long ago, and Opelka would probably just, you know, slot in as a point guard in basketball if he's playing in the NBA.
Yeah, exactly.
Not quite. I think at 6'11", you'd still be underneath the basket, but just a change, no doubt about that.
Time.
24.5. 24.5.
So a good start for Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. 14 seed, he's got the service break, but now Opelka, well, he's got the advantage of the new balls, the disadvantage of serving into the sun.
Love.
You can see he's quite accomplished with off the back of the court too. Not easy, that shot there.
Love.
Decide to have a little guess there, why not? And you've got to have this mindset that, okay, there's going to be quite a few balls that get past me. Just move on. At times you will have a guess, you'll lean one way. It's an interesting type of player to coach, David, really. Because it's purely, a lot of it's around this one shot. How do we get max value out of it? So there's a problem. You can say for someone who's really tall, you go, okay, you need to come in a lot more. You're so tall, you've got a wingspan, but you also want time. You can see here, this volley's not good enough, and then even though he's tall, the reaction time's a little longer.
Reaction after the serve's interesting for Opelka. I'm not sure if he, yeah.
Game Opelka.
So holds, and we'll ask the question of Davidovich Fokina to serve for this opening set. I wonder if that is it an injury or is it
not? It's the way he reacts.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
you can just
alert but not alarmed.
Yeah, you can strike that off.
Okay. Thank you.
12-15.
Does a lot of things well. Hit the ball in the right spot. You can see there, covers the court. Doesn't do too much with the volleys. Actually, really thinking smartly about his tennis out here. Normally, that volley would get. That would have been a passing shot by someone else. They would have been able to get across there so quick. So it's an interesting strategy they have. If you can get a swipe at it,
30-15.
go after it really early in the point. If you're Opelka, the Americans, that's what they've decided. But it's going to come with unforced errors that will be frustrating.
Brings up 2 set points for Davidovich Fokina.
40-15.
Good set. Just 27 minutes. 1 service break. But Davidovich Fokina takes it 6-3. That's the way it can go. You just need the 1 service break. Obviously, with Opelka's strength on serve, and then hold your own. But he's been very good on serve as we take a look at the statistics. And I'm just having a look down. A couple of first serve points lost and 2 on the second serve. So just 4 points on serve dropped by Davidovich Fokina. And a high first serve percentage. Those numbers are good on the serve.
Oh, it's the second serve of Opelka which kills me. So if you're Reilly Opelka, you've only won 50% of your points on your second serve. So that's a poor number for them statistically. They wouldn't. They would enjoy seeing that number. You would want Reilly Opelka up, and that's at least the 55-60 range consistently because of what he's got available to him. And highlights here. Yeah, we're not going to get a lot of extended rallies. There's no doubt about that. And I think what the Spaniard did was just played a smart set of tennis. You never saw him making an unforced error, which was, he made 2 for the set, which just shows that he was very calculated about the way he went about the game. Played within the lines, played within some safety zones, and waited for his time.
And the big error from Opelka was a double fault on the break point.
Second set. Opelka to serve.
So Opelka will serve to commence proceedings here in the second set. Now, Roger, you know I like to come with
another one?
A bag full of sometimes meaningless, in fact, often meaningless statistics.
You just want to get me. I know.
No, this is just an observation.
I like the last one.
An observation. I've called, and it became an observation because I've called 2 Arthurs so far, or Artur.
Yeah. Rinder's neck and
no, that's the third.
Right.
So just stand by. It's good though from you.
I hope you're going to ask me
Arthur Ferry.
Arthur.
No, so I called Arthur Ferry.
Yeah, you're going to ask me which Arthur isn't here.
Well, yes, because one withdrew. So I called Arthur Ferry,
yes,
who
Englishman
defeated Flavio Caboli on this court in the opening morning, and then Artur Gia, who defeated Yuri Lehechka. You've mentioned Rindignac, and there's one that's not here.
Arthur Fields.
No, Cazot, who withdrew.
Okay, and there's also Arthur Fields, the Frenchman.
So there's, okay.
Who's the young 21-year-old who...
Was he in the field?
100%. He was ranked in the top... He was ranked in the top 20 just before he had a stress fracture in his back, so he hasn't been playing for the last... Just before the US Open.
There's one other name, though, that's... the only other name that's more popular, first name, in the tournament than Arthur. And it's a combination of various nationalities and the way they pronounce it, but we're going to bundle them all in.
Really?
Mm-hmm. One of them's out on the court here.
Oh, okay.
And it's not Reilly. So Alejandro, Alex, Alexander, Alejandro, Alexandre, Alexi. 12 of them.
Wow.
This is what keeps me up until 3 in the morning.
I know, I just feel like I learn every time we're together.
Not much about tennis.
No, it doesn't need to be. Just something. You know, if you're learning, if you're taking something to bed with you that's new.
Well, international game, and so we've tied all of the Alexes and Alejandros and Alexis, etc., into the one. But there's 12 of them, and there's 4 Arturs, and they're second.
Game Opelka.
No Davids or Rogers
First
anymore.
game, second set.
Can I just... You know who you remind me of?
Rain Man.
Yeah. We do have a little Rain Man guy here in Australia. I wouldn't say Rain Man, a person who loves that sort of stuff.
Stats.
Yeah.
Bruce.
No, Bruce loves the stats, but he does have a...
We're talking about broadcasters, etc.
Yeah,
people.
He does have a little does have a little person alongside of him now who's been around him for quite a while.
Josh Cain?
Yeah, and he does normally sort of stuff that goes down his alley.
So do you reckon I got that stat myself, or do you reckon I got it from Josh Cain?
I'm just putting 2 and 2 together, that's all. Did I win a prize?
Yeah. You've outed me. Oh, he's a magnificent stats man, Josh Cain. He sent me that one the other night, or the other morning when we were doing Arthur Ferry. And you never delete some good stuff like that, because you never know when you're going to be able to recycle it. So thank you. And you've called me out on it. I tried to pass it off as my own work when it wasn't.
It's not often I go 2-0. Good return there, was handled really well.
30, love.
For Davidovich Fokina. That's the type of point Reilly Opelka is looking for.
30-15.
When he gets a chance to take a swipe at it, swipe it into one of the corners, then bring yourself forward, challenge your opponent. Hard to pass when you're on the stretch. Hard to pass Opelka.
Game. Go. Davidovich Fokina.
So Davidovich Fokina holds his
Game on.
opening service game.
Have a fucking chance to win 4 games. Hey, he's fucking second round every fucking week.
What were they talking about, David?
There are some pluses and minuses to the courtside microphones, Roger, so apologies there.
Left.
There's obviously frustration, but the funny thing is, I just think in most matches there would have to be a little frustration, because it's, if you're Opelka, there's not much rhythm to the match. Does that make sense? It's just it's quick.
Well, there's his rhythm.
Yeah, but
30.
it's his serve, and you know, when it goes in, it goes. You know, sometimes it comes back if he doesn't get his location right. And then the opposition, you know, if they play smart, he's getting pushed around a bit. You know, it's hard to break ground, and it can be frustrating. The only time he'll be really pleased is someone doesn't find the range on return or picking his serve.
Well, that was swift, but he's gone down. Hope he's okay. Looks like it. Got the left ankle bandage and up.
Do you know one of the?
And
I
okay.
think he's going to be fine. Taking a look at this, he tracks it, and there's a movement. One of the biggest changes of the athlete you just saw right there in tennis is there was a time when no one even thought about sliding on a hard court. And now you just,
40 left.
it's almost like they do it at will.
Ball. Forty 15. Game Opelka.
So Opelka
Opelka leads 2 games to 1.
holds his serve. We're on serve here in the second set. Still that frustration, though. So the thing for Opelka, Roger, if you're in his coaching box here, you know when you see Alejandro Davidovich Fokina on the other side of the draw list, he's your next opponent. You know that he's stingy.
Yeah.
He's had 2 unforced errors so far. So, you know, he's not going to give you many free points. So there's no point getting frustrated about the fact that you're not getting many free points, because it's not as though he's playing above his level. He's playing exactly how he looks.
It's
you look up the player manual and this is what you get.
Yeah, so he knows what he's getting. And to his credit, what Opelka generally makes you feel is uncomfortable and feels like he throws his opponents out of rhythm, especially on their serve, because if he can get some quick service games, he feels like, oh, you've hardly touched the ball, go and serve, and they might play a little bit different, but not the case here.
Track across Melbourne Park, Rod Laver Arena in the corner, Central Business District. A couple of the buildings owned by Roger Rashid there, the tallest ones.
Gee, do you know, I was up one of those, actually. Not that one there. I was on the 33rd floor of the building today on Collins Street.
Nice.
Very nice
Where you operate at your best. Collins Street. It's like the Wall Street of Melbourne.
It is, I know. Well, I was in one of those. Yep, exactly that building.
Fortunate you've decided to come back down from that ivory tower and join us here.
Well, I had to come down because they were all, the people there were coming down to the tennis as well.
Okay. Some of the hospitality areas at the Melbourne Park, the Australian Open this year, are absolutely superb.
Yeah, they are. So you can see there it moves pretty well, Opelka, just to even get around, change direction and get to that ball. Wasn't too far away, but for the Spaniard, that's a perfect play because what you're doing is you're just taking his legs away a little. Just a little bit of fatigue. Was not far away from that.
Out. 30-15.
Well, Opelka's looking dejected, isn't he? He needs to just have a little boost of energy and his own approach here. His head's down and slow to move from one side to the other here. Interesting.
$40-30.
I mean, you look at that first set, just the one break of serve. Well and truly in it early in a 5-setter.
Oh, it's a nice ball.
Davidovich Fokina.
I know you're strong on the mental game, Roger, but sometimes you can just convince yourself that things are going worse than they actually are, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there are some that are really good at just sort of staying in the current climate and not catastrophizing, and there are a lot of athletes that catastrophize pretty quickly, don't they?
Well, it's 2-all.
You would have seen it. And the reality is he's got
the serve.
He generally normally he plays them a lot of tie breaks. At the moment he's lost first at 6-3. Even for the Spaniard, he'd be that excited that he had a 6-3 set. He would have walked into this match thinking, I may have to win playing tie breaks. So can you see how that 2-16 serve, David, just went straight to the backhand return? Didn't have to move. And so the modern day player they're quick with their reflexes. They can bunt the ball back. They're in the point. And that's your number one goal, you're saying, when you play Opelka, just try and get the ball back in play. Got lucky.
So you look at the unreturned serves
15-all.
for Davidovich Fokina, who's frustrated that he had an opportunity there and didn't get it back. He's operating 43% of serves are going back in, 15 of 35. So that's a pretty good result, I would have thought, against Opelka.
Yep, that's right.
He's had 15 chances to win the point.
30-15. Oh. $40-15. Opelka.
So Opelka
leads 3
holds.
games to
We're
2.
still on serve in this second set, 3-2.
Time.
Alejandro Davidovich Fokina took the opening set with the one service break, and you kind of feel the way he's bounced out there that he knows it's important. Serving here, 2-3. Opelka,
Thank you.
advantage of serving first, keeps the pressure on.
Left.
So it's interesting here with tactically, you know exactly what Davidovich Fokina's doing, and he's just doing it really well, just limiting his stress points.
Catch off the rebound, it was one bounce, one catch. That's backyard cricket rules in Australia, but he'd be pleased with his work.
That's their first date, and his girlfriend, or the date he's with, will be very happy because he's talented.
I can't believe you read so much into that from 30 seconds of screen time. You've told her there's a novel.
I study body language, David. It's been part of the game.
So getting a little tighter here. I'd just like to see Opelka a bit more pep.
Do you? Yeah, he doesn't really have that. He floats around.
I don't mind the floating, but he's under pressure here, Davidovich Fokina.
We said he was in control of actually hitting balls with really good margin. That time it was so safe. You called it well, David. He was under pressure and he played like he was too. Balls went in the middle of the court, no speed. Opelka took advantage.
He was just waiting for an error, wasn't he? Yep. So now, first time that Opelka's had a look. Break point. Opelka took the same approach that Davidovich Fokina did on the previous point, that I'll just hit it back and see if you'll make a mistake, and the Spaniard was up to it.
Yes.
It's the one-on-one battle that you get in tennis, isn't it? The mind games, the physical battle, all of those things that play out in each and every point.
And it's hard because if you win that point, you say it's the right thing to do. If you don't, I'm more on the be a bit more proactive, win it on your terms.
Was pretty keen to get it on the forehand, Opelka.
That is good work here. Look how far here Opelka goes to get to his forehand. And then he's able to find this little cute angle. What a beauty.
It was both cute and acute.
Yes.
Good serve. It's good game. It's been a good battle between both of them.
Yeah, and there's the battle of not overplaying. served at 177 kilometres an hour, needed to hit his spot, didn't try and force a serve, understood the importance of finding the first ball. Getting a few more chances, a few more looks.
Advantage.
Now,
Opelka.
it's the first time in the match really having some good looks. Does he go back out to the backhand side and try and just keep his player at bay out wide? He does.
Got a bit of preference, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think when you're playing someone that tall, yeah, take away, just get him outside the court playing surface. Craig Boynton.
Let's get another one here.
Doesn't give much away.
Here we go. Come on.
Is the score 6-love 3? Come on, Reilly.
I get your point. Yeah, I'd agree with you. What else do you want to be doing on a beautiful day?
He's had 3 break point opportunities. Work your way for another one. And she does.
Really good defensive effort from Opelka too.
Opelka.
It wasn't an easy point to play. He got pushed out wide, was able to get a good amount of purchase on it, and the depth. The depth saved him in that point.
Let's. First serve. Yes.
That's going to go over, right? Here we go. Come on.
7 minutes, 23.
Good footwork on
By
that
far
last
the
one. Here we
longest
go. Keep
the
working.
match. 4
Keep
break
working.
points
You're close.
saved.
Come on, Ryan.
Craig Boynton having to work a little overtime on Reilly Opelka, as you suggested, David. And that'll frustrate him even more, being pushed around like that.
Advantage. Davidovich Fokina.
Vamos, Alex. Forza. Vamos para afuera de nuevo, dale. Pica afuera, dale.
So 4 break points saved. First game point. Taking the full time too, just slowing things down.
Alejandro. This is a high-quality game from the American. I mean, you should be just taking a lot out of this game. He hasn't broken yet, but 9 minutes in, you've challenged, you've had break points, you're playing quality points. Stay the course.
Ball.
They're both getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, this is what this game does to you. It's, you know, it's the roller coaster you live. You know, it
breaks strong men and women.
It does. That's what we love about it too. Just the ebbs and flows. How's your how's your emotional control?
Game, Davidovich Fokina.
So Davidovich Fokina saves 4 break points.
Games all.
He's got a big asterisk in my little notepad here as a pivotal moment in the match. 3-all.
Puerta.
Tim got the memo on the dress code for the day. Wednesday, orange.
It's all join in. I'm not sure if I like the all-team outfit. I mean, I get it. Do you like the all-team outfit?
I don't mind it.
You probably do. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
We
I
obviously
think it shows that you're operating as a unit.
We obviously came dressed differently.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Ready for play?
We're still working well as a unit, though.
We'll let others be the judge.
So the thing with Opelka, he's still shaking his head. So he's just having an internal conversation with himself, and it's almost like he's finding a reason to disrupt himself. It's 3-all.
Just served an ace.
You're serving out of a mountain, from a mountain, and you're having this fight. And things like that will happen, by the way, because of
15-all.
The constant communication you're having with yourself. That part isn't rocket science, but many keep offending.
$30-15. $40-15.
Well, that's unreturnable in 2 ways. A, the direction, and B, the height, because Davidovich Fokina needs the chair that Dane Sweeney used when he was shaking hands with Opelka at the net in Brisbane.
Well, the problem
is that chair. And
yeah, exactly.
Good service game.
New balls, please.
Opelka leads 4-3.
Opelka leads 4-3. Time.
So we're still on serve. Davidovich Fokina had a big battle in the previous service game. It's an endurance test. Saved the 4 break points. Has new balls here. Opelka didn't show much interest in that one, and Davidovich Fokina nearly hit it long. Wasn't much margin there.
That will annoy him as well. Running all that way, making a basic error.
Well, I'll be happy with an easier service game here. Spaniard after the last one.
Would you love to just go down and just be able to stick a microphone in front of the opponent and say, what's actually going on? What are you complaining about? What's going on? Because
it's a tough job for the coach when the player has got such a weapon, and the scoreline is it's tight. One service break. You had 4 opportunities the previous one. You couldn't possibly have expected to be absolutely dominating against the 14th seed if you're Opelka. Oh, just long.
Yeah, that's what I don't quite understand. I'm not too sure the chat about it. Maybe he's not happy the way he's just, what he's doing on his side of the court points-wise, the way he's creating the points, the way it's coming off his racket. But I'm not seeing too much that's different that you generally see from Opelka. He served 13 aces. Now he's back at, he's leveled up again. Now he's put more pressure on his opponent.
Yes.
Again, for the second game in a row now, he's challenging. Yeah, that's a little silly. I'd be, if you want to talk, you can talk now, because that was second serve to your forehand, and you've just gone for everything. Ball needed to get in play. Confusing.
Game, Davidovich Fokina.
So be happy to get out of that service game. Davidovich Fokina 4-all.
Davidovich Fokina would be loving this, just seeing what's going up the other end, because generally, if you're playing someone like Opelka, you're searching for something that might be able to get through these types of athletes. Because for you, it can be extremely frustrating as well.
Love 15.
Number 5, double fault. second this set. One of them, of course, coming at the break point. The 6th game of the first that gave Davidovich Fokina the lead and the opportunity to take that opening set.
Wow, that is some curve, didn't it? Had some shape. Got some help from the wind.
So big opportunity, door opening.
And again, the location of the serve was poor, 202. Big second serve, but it just went straight into the slot. Comfortable return. And then once the ball goes back in play, the 14th seed would give himself a big chance of claiming most points.
Well, he got the return of serve, and it was a good one too. It was well handled by Opelka, and he was into it.
15-13.
But then just got a little excited.
Yeah, that's a great word. Got excited. It's the first time he's played at the wrong shot.
Oh, he's done it again.
So out of nowhere.
Yeah. So you get the serve back. It's the hardest part of the game. It's only 34% unreturned serves. So he's had 2 chances, got the rally going, and then made an error. Back to Juice. Break point.
30-14.
He's had the better of the serve returns here, Davidovich Fokina. And when you see that stat down the bottom there, they're rare, the opportunities.
Oh, another one. Wow, that's 3 in this game.
Yes.
And I say wow because, as you said, David, the #1 thing is ball in play off the return. Once you're alive there, play tennis smarts. And he had done that so well in the first set. Don't get too many opportunities.
Oh.
There it is. Gets another break point opportunity off that return of serve.
Davidovich Fokina.
It was a good one too. He just managed to get enough strength behind his wrist to kill that ball in, and from there he played. He just played the ball back through the middle, and I think that's the smart play. Back at your opponent if you can.
Oh. Yes. Advantage Opelka.
And that was always going to come eventually, wasn't it? had to find a mark at some point.
So Opelka saves 2 break
Opelka
points.
leads 5 games to 4.
Cold serve leads 5-4.
Interesting guy, Opelka, because he's a smart guy, but gee, you're not giving you've got to, you know, you're a team. You're out there, you've got your coach out there, and he's looking to just wants to help by support and encouragement, which he's doing. But you've got to be sometimes you've got to use the person on the sideline as well as an energy source. At the moment, it's just his energy, which isn't outstanding, even though he's still 5-4 update. How would you have been as a tennis player? What type of tennis player would you have been?
I'd be surprised if anyone returned the serve, so that'd be my starting position. That would be. I'd be shocked every time the ball came back at my feet. Yeah, the one-on-one was, you know, was an individual sport, but I didn't have an opponent. Like I was a long jumper, so it was me versus the sandpit and the tape measure. That was it. Didn't have to worry too much about what the others were doing. Out of my control. So different. I don't quite understand it, though, I'll be honest. This is a tight battle for mine. He's right in this. Reilly Opelka.
Led for serve.
We've seen him stretch the serve of Davidovich Fokina.
$15 left. $15 all. $13. $15.
Be breathing a little easier to have a game without any tension attached to it. Last 2 service games have had that.
$40-13.
Spoke too soon.
Yes. Advantage. Opelka.
So after all of that, he's got the set point.
Yes.
How many times? It's got to be a record. The most players hit a fucking kilo on a court in 2 sets. I've hit that thing 4 times.
Advantage, Davidovich Fokina. Game, Davidovich Fokina.
So Davidovich Fokina hangs in there. Just sending an audio technician down to that end, Roger, to unplug the microphone courtside. Apologise for all of that on Reilly's behalf.
Okay, Ale, forza.
And different kind of conversation there. They actually were discussing on things and then agreeing with something. Just slightly different. And we didn't need an interpretation of that because that was looked like they were doing something.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's a good escape.
Players are ready. Thank you.
If he does win this set, Davidovich Fokina, he's been under duress on his serve on multiple occasions.
Please, behind the players, take your seats quickly.
Game.
We're ready. Thank you.
Set point just then. 5-all. See it coming. Davidovich Fokina was on his way. I'm not sure he would have got there if it had got over. It's well telegraphed, but
Love 15.
do you like that shot, Roger? The drop shot against the Spaniard. He does have to stand a long way back.
I do, and then, you know, if you're at the net there and you can cover the real estate, it's quite imposing.
Love 30.
Frustration there. That second serve was heading into 200k plus territory.
What a roller coaster he's on. Well, we're all on that, actually.
Oh.
Couple of doubles in a row.
Love 14.
3 break points. Did you see this coming?
No, I didn't. You don't think double-double, but at 40-15 on the Spaniard serve, I didn't think we were going to get to set point to Opelka either. And then he has, you know, he makes that unforced error. But I just think the constant turmoil that's within him creates all these things. It doesn't look like it's just clear. I'm playing you up the other end.
Oh. Wait, please. Huh. 15-40.
Their chances.
30-40.
Big miss. Does he go big here? 2+?
Yes.
Straight to the body, David.
Well, Davidovich was looking for something else there, but it jumped on him, and
I actually think he might have slightly mishit it.
It
looked like he was expecting some real speed coming off that hit.
Advantage, Davidovich Fokina.
He said, I own that shot. Meaning, I never miss it.
fourth break point.
Yes. Let's first serve. Advantage Opelka.
That's interesting, though, because the ball toss goes out to the right, and it looks like he's going to chase it and try and he's got to find the middle of the court, but he's somehow able to get his wrist around it and find the wide serve out wide. The wide serve out wide. Interesting.
It's where the wide serves go on most occasions.
Generally.
I'm just going to check with ChatGPT. Do wide serves go wide?
Yeah. Well, Opelka's got me in a spin at the moment. I'm not sure what to make of all this. It's very confusing.
Back to Juice.
Let's first serve.
Interesting moves there. Davidovich Fokina's decided to use a little bit more volume, Roger, on the strokes. And then got the luck as well.
Davidovich Fokina.
This is a good chase. Hands up, saying I'm sorry. Last thing Opelka wanted to see was the hand up. Just to add to his frustrations.
Fifth break point. Serves have been big down the middle. It's where
you'd think so. A big server like this, you generally you'd give him wide and hold the middle if you're the Spaniard. And if he goes wide, great. Beats you, you're happy.
Well, it's the second time Davidovich Fokina's almost had the fresh air on the return.
That's a bit of nerves because that was 81, 89 as well. So I think he's expecting 200 plus. But you can see he's just searching for it. It's not getting to him. The one prior to that where he did the same thing was 191.
Advantage, Opelka. Thank you. Yes.
You mentioned the roller coaster, Roger. We're going around it again.
We sure
It was
are.
good the first time, and we're going
bought
for another
ticket.
lap.
Advantage, Opelka.
And this is what it does. It does frustrate you, this style of tennis that you're in front of. The inconsistencies. The aces that go past you is only, there's been 18, but I would expect that. But it all adds up to, you know, you don't have the rhythm.
So Opelka,
Opelka needs 6 things to
5 break points saved. Hold serve, 10-minute game, 6-5. Came from love 40 down.
Time.
So Alejandro Davidovich Fokina had chances. Serving to send this to the tiebreak. Opelka had a set point on the previous service game.
Thank you. Oh, 15 left. Left. 30-15.
I feel like we need a tie-break. I do. I just feel like we need the theatre of a tie-break.
Well, this theatre has already not been enough. We're harder to please than Reilly Opelka.
40-15. Game, Davidovich Fokina.
That's a good service game.
Six
Shall we
games
give him a
all,
little bit of a
second set
reprieve
tie-break.
as he
Each player receives one
finds the
additional
energy for the tie-break. First tie-break for both players at the tournament so far.
What's their tie-break record?
What do you think?
Well, would have to be in the negative for Cain, I think.
Yep.
And then it would be
Pretty good. 69-83
It
career.
would have to be in the, I would think it'd be quite considerably high in the positive for Opelka.
No.
Interesting.
It's in the positive, 116 to 108. So it's
Interesting.
ball. One, 0. Davidovich Fokina.
And I think a couple of things we've seen from Opelka, we haven't seen, he hasn't been accurate with his serving. You know, when you look at the greats, you look at Federer, Novak, how precise were they with their serving? That's a great job from there. Little Sampras. Even Agassi, that didn't have a big serve, but just put it in the right spot, so he
0.
got
Davidovich Fokina.
rewarded for that ball.
the opening point win really important for Davidovich Fokina here. Hold here and all of a sudden scoreboard pressure.
Davidovich Fokina. Three, 1. Davidovich Fokina. Davidovich Fokina.
Another one against the serve, and that time, remember that game, 3 times he had the return of serve back in and then made the errors.
Yep.
Quite bad errors too from Davidovich Fokina, just serving the point back with forehands and backhands that went long. That one, he just took the pace off, got the ball back in court. Good strategy.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got.
Please.
Second time he's gone down. One was a scramble for a drop shot. And one just losing the footing.
4-2.
Yeah, I think he's just got.
Davidovich Fokina.
It's almost like he just got tangled up.
Have a look.
you say something or I'm gonna...
Let me do it.
So,
Oh, yeah.
right foot. Little twist. All okay. Look nasty though.
Yeah.
So gets one back against the serve.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether that right.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please keep it fair for both athletes. Do not create distractions for the players. Thank you very much.
A lot of players do tape their ankles just for that extra protection.
Great defence, turned it into attack.
What a hustle from both players.
2.
Point of the match.
Davidovich
Opelka
Fokina.
working overtime here. You thought this ball here was going to give him control of the point. Nice work there at the net. This, good reflexes. And he'll be extremely disappointed with that one. What a point. Just throwing some haymakers there. Opelka leaving nothing behind. Hitting it big, but into big parts of the tennis court as well. So he wasn't flirting with the lines, but was going after the ball. It gave him good control where he didn't have to do a lot of running. It was full defense from the Spaniard. You can see it right there.
Longest rally of the match, 15. Hasn't been known for its endurance test so far.
So set
points. Davidovich Fokina saved one. 5-4. And the good news for the Spaniard is these two will come on his own serve, the first two here. So Davidovich Fokina takes the second set. Didn't look like it for a long time. Showed plenty of resilience. Takes a 2-set to love lead. "73 minutes. He was under duress on serve. Saved a set point.
He was, but
managed to find a way through.
What a strange finish too. I mean, that was an hour and 13 minutes. It was an interesting set, wasn't it? The Spaniard, good first serve percentages. He's really worked very hard on making sure those numbers look good and ultimately winning 71%. We know there's going to be a high percentage of first serves for the American. the tough one for the American is he had to do 14 sprints to 6. So dictating the play, or was it Davidovich Fokina, and doing a lot of power movement was Reilly Opelka, and that got him frustrated as well. No one able to claim a break point.
No, 5-7. 5 break points. Opelka, 7. Davidovich Fokina.
And it was an interesting set, wasn't it? It had us. We didn't know which side we were working with there, because we just had a lot of. There was so much different tennis. You couldn't keep up with the swings of that match. At one point, you thought the Spaniard was going to get the upper hand. Then it was Opelka, and all of a sudden he gets set point, misses a dolly forehand. Really, he'll be still ruining that, I would assume. And then in the tie break, this man restored the order.
So it'll be the 14th seeded Spaniard, Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, who will serve to get things underway in the 3rd set. Bit of movement in the stadium as the fans use the opportunity of the end of the set to stretch their legs. The emotions of the Spaniard don't really change that much. We saw some real excitement from him when he was able to get those set points. An exciting point. Opelka's been a bit down, so he needs to just find a way through here. See if he can. Scoreboard won't help those emotions, Roger.
No, it's a long way. It's a long way back at now for him. And serving first always keeps you ahead of the count, so the tension just builds. But I think, you know, for Opelka, does he have the emotional control to pluck off a set at a time? You know, going on what you've seen.
Well, he's never come back from 2 sets to love down.
(30-15).
And his 5-set record is not that healthy. 1-5.
No, but Rory McIlroy never won the Masters until this year, so, you know. There's a first time for everything. For most, not for everything, but there's a first time for most, you know. That's just because it's happened before.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm not going to challenge you on that comment, but it just doesn't stack up, to be honest.
Again, Davidovich Fokina.
Strong opening service game.
3rd set.
I'm just trying to find and build a case for the possibilities, Roger.
And you need to for the player. You need to, absolutely. So for, you know, and that's one of the secrets of being a player. So it's not just about the on-court stuff. So how am I going to manage a 5-set tennis match? So I was really big on that education piece, because if you're going to play in majors and be successful there, if you're good enough, you need to understand when you get into this position, what does that feel like and how am I going to work through it? What are my triggers going to be? What are the trigger points? Because we don't work against, we don't have a time clock, so it's more about us and how we have some emotional control making our way through and giving ourselves a chance, because a lot can happen once you click over that 2.5 hour mark. There's fatigue that starts to set in all of a sudden. There's a little bit of drop of concentration for players. So the longer the match goes, we find out more, you know, more things can sort of creep up.
15 left.
Concentration, if they've been really hot for an hour and a half, all of a sudden that just sort of comes off a little bit. You have a moment, you have an opportunity.
15 all. Fifteen 30. Thirty all. 40 30. Game, Opelka.
Needed that. Felt like it needed
Game
a
on.
quick game. And his coach will definitely, Craig Boynton will be definitely trying to do some work here to just keep him engaged. He stays the course though. Never really have I ever seen him leave a tennis match, even though if there's a lot going on between the ears.
15 left.
And I'm not really too sure what else he could be doing, because the reality is he's created opportunities. In that second set, created opportunities. So there was a lot going on that was right.
Left. Let's preserve. Left. Game, Davidovich Fokina. New.
A couple of good service games to open the third set. Davidovich Fokina 2-1.
2 games to 1. Time.
On serve in this third set. 2 easy service games for Davidovich Fokina, just dropping the 1 point so far.
Let's first serve.
And if you had have asked me at the start of the match
15.
what the scoreline might be, I would have definitely thrown in 2 tie breaks.
Oh. Thirty, 15. Forty, 15. Game, Opelka.
As you normally get
2 games over.
after a set, and especially a tiebreak, there's a small lull at the opening, especially in these types of matches where the serves dominate on one side.
Fifteen left.
It's gone. Exit the roof.
15 all.
It's had a couple of those off the frame. That one, never seen a ball go that
Thank you.
far out of the stadium, though.
Thank you. Oh.
So I think you can see, you know, as much as
15-30.
the Spaniards had a really good year last year, and you're sort of looking at, I think you mentioned, you know, the runner-up titles. There's not that explosive shot that actually can get you through matches.
Let's first serve.
When they're just something a little different. It's all a bit of the same, which is fine, and it delivers you consistency, but that little edge that can take you into that next space. I'd be trying to develop, if you're looking after someone like Davidovich Fokina, you'd be going, okay, what can we develop that's got a little bit of wow attached to it? Extra speed, extra heaviness off a shot. A bit more heaviness off his forehand side.
Oh. Let's. Second serve.
And you know, for Opelka, David, there's nothing outside of the height.
40,
the intimidation's
30.
not there at all. He doesn't use it. Like, you know, standing on that second serve, and it's 157 Ks, but it's not like he's standing there on top of the court and just offering this different visual. I mean, it's hard enough looking up and seeing that height anyway, but hasn't once stepped right inside the court and said, okay, here I am. Get it out of my zone.
Oh.
I feel a little bit the same when Miloš Raonic, who's just retired. Super career, but I felt like he was very similar. It was when I was coaching against him, I
Yes.
never felt like there was intimidation.
Oh.
This is the trouble, though, for Davidovich Fokina.
Advantage,
He's
Opelka.
worked really hard on a number of occasions to hold his serve. Saved a set point. Back into the second set. Middle of it, saved 4 break points. And Opelka yet to win one.
Yes. Advantage, Davidovich Fokina. Game.
Looked like it was going out. Finds the line.
Davidovich
Hot
Fokina
serve,
leads
3-2.
Time.
2 hours in, and the rule of operation for Reilly Opelka is that the hat only lasts for 2 hours because he's got a new one. Dispensed with the old one. Three-two on serve.
Oh, 15 left. Left.
23, almost a set of tennis worth of aces. It's handy when you can, you know, that you've got that in your kit. It's a fair head start.
40 left.
Oh, nice.
3 games all.
Don't know if it was by design, but it got a great outcome.
Would you please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen, especially behind the players? Thank you for your help. Thank you. $15 left. Left.
And it feels like the problem with Opelka is that he's got some assets, but he tends to never leave the moment that it's just finished.
Left.
Yeah, it's often spoken about in tennis that the big advantage in tennis, if you've got short-term memory loss, so you forget what's happened instantaneously. You need to be like a goldfish. Every new 10 seconds, it's exciting. Hey, have a look at this.
Imagine getting that many opportunities. So in some sports, you don't. Once you miss, you're out.
Game.
A couple of easy service games for Davidovich Fokina. They continue. So that break point on the previous service game, but he's leading now 4-3. Another minute and a half. Yes, the famous commencement speech with Roger Federer, where he lost more points than he won. You've just got to look forward and forget about what just happened and think about the next one. It's a rare skill in life, Roger, to be able to do that, not harbour what's happened in the past, wash it away instantaneously.
Yeah, it's not easy in our sport, but the reality is when you look at every match that gets played, it's a handful of points. So every now and then you can win some by big margins, but generally they're all small margins.
Looking good, Melbourne. No sign of rain.
Time.
Do with some, to be honest, but it's not conducive to an outdoor sport. So for 2 weeks, we're happy if it doesn't. Haven't seen any at all over the 3 weeks. The 2 weeks so far, the opening week and halfway through this one. None on the radar. So the serve have been well in command. Four, 3. So Roger, 4-3. A break here, obviously. Good Davidovich.
It's lights out, basically.
In a very strong position. Do you do anything differently if you're the Spaniard here on the return of serve?
No, well, same things. The whole match, it's all about balls back and play off this serve from Opelka. If you get an opportunity, ball back through the middle of the court, and then just keep solid. And, you know, you can see the range of Opelka's serve's been all over the place today. He has not had a good serving day at all, even with the 23 aces.
15 on.
And I'm only looking at, you know, if you get, as I said, the best servers, you get a Sampras, the location, you'd be able to pick his, just a little cluster of the balls will just be in small areas. He's got such big margins here that he misses with, either in the net or long. Oh, it's a good ball. Doesn't get much better than that off the back foot.
30,
you just felt
15.
all the way through that rally that it wasn't going to go the right way for the American, but here, just off the back foot, look at that. Almost muscled that there.
Oh. Game Opelka. 4 games over.
Good job to get through that game because a lot of balls came back off the serve. He's having a little moment here, David.
15.
I love this return. The one that goes straight back from where it came from. It's a disruptor for the server.
Oh.
So that's the one that Craig Boynton would have wanted Opelka, that very first forehand he got, would have wanted him to crush. Ball's in the middle of the court, you can own it, hit it aggressively. Doesn't want that ball to be coming back as a rally ball.
Fifteen.
Well covered.
40-15.
Nicely set up here from the middle of the court. Really spreads his taller opponent. It gave him the surface area to hit into.
Oh. Game, Davidovich Fokina. Davidovich Fokina leads 5 games.
So continuing to hold serve here on both sides of the net. Davidovich Fokina 5-4. We'll ask the question of Opelka when they return.
Time.
So Davidovich Fokina here, just waiting, asking Opelka to wait just a moment. The umpire's called time. He's normally been first out, but he's taken a little extra time, a little extra pressure, a little dancing at the northern end because Opelka is serving to stay in the match.
Oh. Oh. 15 on. Oh. Oh. 15-30. 30 all.
Just when he needed number 24.
Let's first serve. Oh. 40, 30.
Disappointed with that.
Oh, just missed.
Yes.
And again, huge pressure on Opelka.
Advantage Opelka.
He has calmed down a little, I will say that much. Hasn't been as verbal over the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Game
And that's not bad. That's not bad for 2 hours of a 10-minute match, David.
So it was a little tight there, wasn't it? The juice, 30 all as well. A couple of points away. Holds 5 all.
Love 15. Love 30.
Here we go. Wow, out of nowhere. Absolutely out of nowhere.
There's 2 points from the match. Previous service game. And he has played 3 very loose points here. Make that 4, and there's the break. And Opelka all of a sudden has life.
Correlation record abuse warning, Mr. Davidovich Fokina.
Who would have picked that? I mean, that's, well, that's no use, that racket there, but just the tension. Have a look at this. This is just letting it out. Got to be careful too when they rebound. I've seen players with their rackets ricocheted back into their face, but as you said, David, 2 points away from being out of here and in the locker room. Didn't get it done, and then it was almost like that lingered into the following game. And yes, he's been a little edgy. He's always, he's been having conversation with his team, but in general been quite stable. But internally, there's the build, the pressures of the game.
So Opelka now with a huge advantage.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready. Thank you.
Well, he goes for the 164 for the first serve, Opelka. And then tries a drop shot.
Love it, team.
He was looking for the element of surprise in that opening serve.
That would have been interesting.
15-all.
The longer that point went on, the deeper Opelka got in the court.
15-30.
It's never going. It's not the point they're trying to play. Totally going against the odds there.
Oh. All.
Did well look like it was going to be all Opelka here. The approach shot to the wrong side. He came in on the forehand side. That's always going to spell trouble. And it did just that.
So break point. Get to another tie break here.
Oh.
We haven't seen that.
Yes.
I've not seen that. Is 207 second serve ace. hasn't gone for that type of serve. Gutsy.
Opelka.
That's a rifle. Almost like he brought Spaniard in and then one of his better forehands.
Set point. Which he takes. So,
7 games to 5.
Reilly Opelka.
Davidovich Fokina leads by 2 sets to 1.
Nods of approval.
Balls,
2
please.
sets to 1. Still alive.
Minutes, and again hard to pick the winner of that set. Looked like it was going to be the number 14 seed. Opelka doing a lot better on the second service points won. He was at 50% in the second set, and that elevated, and that was a real change there. 16 winners to 14, and he limited the sprints. You could see there in the previous set he was in double digits. So a lot more attacking, less more hard running. And again, we were taking on a ride here. Both players earning the right. Then it was the Spaniard. Looked like he was going to get it done through the course of this. But then Opelka got a little quiet. He was more settled. And they're pretty happy as we go to the fourth.
So both players have departed the court here. Clock running on the bathroom break.
Have you got any more trivia?
Well, I did tell you earlier that past performance isn't an indicator of future performance. That's something that's on the bottom of every financial advice advertisement.
Yeah, and they generally say eventually.
No.
Return.
And I did tell you that Reilly Opelka had never come from 2 sets to love down, and just because it hasn't happened before doesn't mean that this will be the first time. Won't be the first time, Roger. So the hopes are still alive.
I'm agreeing with you. There's always a first, and with with his serve, which hasn't really found the mark. The only major improvement is his second serve points won now. He was in the 70s in that set. So if he can start to take care and keep that under check, yeah, he's going to get to give himself an opportunity. And the Spaniard hasn't been able to give that final delivery, and no titles to his name. Went to a few finals last year. How many?
4.
4 finals. And there's, just by watching the way some of this match has played out, when there were opportunities to just take it, he was really unsettled in those moments. That may be one of the reasons as well in 0-4 in finals.
Davidovich Fokina returning. So we didn't have anyone come back from 2 sets to love down in the opening round here, Roger. First time since 1980.
Oh, here we go. I know you're going to come up with something else. What is it?
Time.
But he's not quite there yet.
4th set. Davidovich Fokina to serve.
New balls to start things here. 4th set.
Fifteen left. Thirty left. Left.
And we mentioned the 4 Tour finals last year in 2025. Runner-up, the Spaniard. The conclusion of this game.
Game Davidovich Fokina. First game, 4th set.
With the players at Delray Beach, it was Kecmanovic, Acapulco, great tournament there at Acapulco, Thomas Mahash, Washington. The Demon is on tonight. And in Basel it was Fonseca.
That tournament in Acapulco, I would imagine there'd be, if you're
It's
a
epic.
player, you're a conundrum. Do you want to stay in the tournament?
You do.
Or
I've
do you
been there
want to
twice.
be a first round exit so you can enjoy Acapulco?
I'm 2-0 there, 2 wins. Garwan, Fees, Grigor, Dimitrov.
Well, you haven't won a match there. Your players have.
Yeah,
Not
2
you
wins.
personally.
No, I'm riding there. I'm riding. I'm on the horse. Great place. They love it. You play at night matches. It's humid, heavy conditions, grueling tennis matches.
Good place to be a coach, I'd imagine.
Yes.
Nice. 15 left.
You don't have to stay in the air-conditioned hotel room if you're the coach. You can be out by the pool.
Well, you've got to study your opponents.
Well, you can do that by the pool.
No, I'm not a pool guy, really. I like the beach. You can flex.
I do have another trivia question for you, though. So stand by, Roger. I do have another trivia question coming.
Omega.
30 left.
Next match on this court, by the way, features one of the Alexanders, Alejandros, etc. in Bublik. And Arthur Fields is not here. He's injured.
Yes.
So he had to withdraw. So the Arthur, there was only 4.
Low. $30-15.
But these two players share a career milestone in their younger days.
The two coming up?
No, these two here.
Oh, these two.
These two here. They both.
So you mean
achieved
juniors?
something? No, I'm not going to give you the answer that quickly. They've both achieved something in their younger days.
Well, they're different age groups. So if we're talking tennis terms,
Not much. 26, Davidovich Fokina, and Opelka 28.
okay, we're talking tennis terms. I'm assuming you're talking junior tennis. Did they win the same event? I'm guessing that. Oh, good touch.
Nice angle.
Brings up a break point early. I'm going to put him in the same event category
30,
in juniors.
40.
Yep.
Looking at
You're
Opelka,
close.
I think the only tournament, I don't think he was down here in Australia, he might have been, but it was the US Open or Wimbledon. I can't see the Spaniard winning. I'm going to have a dip at Wimbledon. One of the junior majors, they both would have won.
You're spot on. Both won Wimbledon juniors.
Low.
2017 for Davidovich Fokina. 2015 for Opelka.
Got him. Oh!
Yes.
He's found some ways to not get across the line with some break points. Comes in here and just wants to wrap himself up in that net and hide.
Thank you. Advantage Opelka.
Cooking internally.
He's had some chances, hasn't he?
It was a mini match point. You break up,
Thank
you
you.
break, you go 2-0 up.
Game Opelka.
So Opelka holds,
Game on.
saving that break point on that big error from Davidovich Fokina.
Arrancamos para afuera. Vamos. A meterle nuestro saque, dale.
Staggering that you could miss that ball.
Thank you. Players are ready.
Yeah. And I tell you once again, Roger, that there's a first time for everything.
Love 18.
Opelka's never come from 2 sets to love down.
But what Fokina's doing is he's just giving him opportunities. I mean, that was a great shot. Wow, is he leaving the door open?
Starting to get more frustrated. We saw that big racket smash at the end of the third set.
Love 30.
Vamos. Vamos al cuerpo, dale.
15-30.
Yeah, and these unforced errors there. Remember in the first set it was only 2. Now at 26.
And all of a sudden, Reilly, put your head up and get excited. You've got a break. You're back in it. Bit of emotion on the court at the moment. Reilly Opelka, best passage of play that we've seen from him for the last 2 hours and 44 minutes.
You're trying, but the more they do, don't do that. Don't get into that.
Time.
Alejandro started to get a little emotional. He's not happy with some fans in the stands. He's remonstrating with his team. And one thing we know about Reilly Opelka, he very rarely changes his demeanour as he strolls on back towards us. The head's still down and ambling back to the baseline to acquire some balls to serve here. Up a break.
Thank you, everybody. Players are ready. Thank you. Please.
And when you're in a situation like this, you know, we've almost got a packed court again now, and they'll be riding this set home. They'll want the environment of a fifth set. So it's definitely got good support.
Just engaging with the crowd. Yeah, he's not happy with some fans. And now he's going to have a conversation with them as well. And the umpires have to come off the chair here. So Nico Hellworth is down quickly from the chair. And he's having a conversation with the fans. Don't see that very often.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, for everybody in the stadium, keep it fair for both our athletes. They're trying their best out here. Please, we're playing a tennis match, all right? Thank you very much.
The only one losing his patience.
Yeah, I think so.
40 love.
So now it's more about how can he regroup. You know, the frustration is not really about them. It's more about what's happening internally, what's happened to his game. He was so close to winning this match in 3 sets, didn't do that. And all of a sudden you're throwing through his serve away as well early in the 4th.
Game Opelka.
And after that you start to pick out things.
Yeah, I agree. Well, obviously we haven't been able to hear what those fans are saying, but from what we've seen, they've just been vocal in their support. They're up off their chair. One of them's in the extravagant overalls in the US flag, but other than that, there's
just looking for an out. There's looking for.
Might be wrong. We haven't been able to hear what they're saying, but tennis fans come and cheer for the
generally pretty good.
Love.
So all he can do right now, Davidovich Fokina, is just to look after the serve in front of him, keep the scoreboard tight.
30 love.
Hope for Reilly Opelka just to give him a look inside one of his service games.
Oh. Wait, please, wait, please. First service. Forty love. Wait, please. Again. Davidovich Fokina. Opelka leads 3
Someone
games to
straightening
2.
him up for fraction. Davidovich Fokina holds serve. You've seen a lot of tennis, Roger. Have you seen the umpire dash out from the chair to race up to the other end to keep a player separated from some fans in the stands? It's not an unusual scene.
No,
it's not a usual scene, I should say.
No, exactly. And I just think just because the way that the Spaniard was going towards them, he did the right thing. He got there pretty quick just to make sure he could diffuse something that may potentially be there.
Time.
The AO shop, if you're not here on site, has everything that you might want from the Australian Open of 2026. Great range of merchandise available. And it is all there at the AO shop. Search it online or via that QR code.
Enough. Oh. 30 love.
And you just feel like he's just found some better rhythm. Opelka. Especially on the second serve, when he hasn't found that first, he's been able to find some really high quality accuracy. Not that time.
13-15.
Oh.
Oh. 30 all.
Oh.
Spun back.
It was the only shot
40-13.
that could have won the point. Have a look at this. Nice passing shot.
Up it goes. In he comes. Didn't quite get there.
Just to add to the frustration.
Coming in a little more. He had spun back a long way too. When we see the side shot, it was 3 or 4 feet back over the net. He's coming in a little more, isn't he, Opelka? It's been an effective strategy.
Game Opelka. Opelka leads 4-2.
Better communication now going on. You can see Opelka's just a lot more engaged. There hasn't been the negativity that's come out from his side of the court. And he's played better tennis to match it. It's funny how they go together, aren't they? Those two things.
There's also the tide of luck's too strong a term because you make your own, but he's finding some lines.
Thirteen, 15. Game Davidovich Fokina. Opelka leads 4-3.
This means it holds. Opelka still with the break here at 4-3.
ball boy who can take the to the team. Do you mind taking the ball and bring it to this park? Thank you.
Take a look at this. This is the. Sometimes we just see some special things from players. This is Reilly Opelka. He's done this really well. He's been quite aggressive. Nice little volley here. Had to get down. You can see a big man to get down this low. Passing shot. He's got plenty of options. Goes down the line, and right there, this was just survival from Opelka. And take a look at this backspin. You think you're nearly there. That's a special shot. Wow.
Time.
A lot more composed. And I really do. There's 59 winners. But he's married that up with 55 unforced errors also. Just ahead on the differential.
Love.
So that big serve advantage for Opelka with the break of serve. He's got the huge advantage, hasn't he? Doing a good job of it.
Low. That's 59. Normal.
There's a little go. You don't want to give up this service game, if you're the Spaniard, this would be, it's just a big no-go zone for him. Do not want Opelka serving to start the 5th. Nothing worse than having someone with that tall, big serve, and they have control of the opening game of the 5th, and every time you come out of your chair, you're behind the 8 ball.
Huh. 40-30. Game, Davidovich Fokina. New balls,
So he does
please.
what you've asked him to, Roger. He's held his serve.
Opelka leads 5 games to 4.
Opelka will serve for the 4th set. You know, sometimes you watch a movie,
Yes.
and you know it's a bit slow to get going. You find it difficult to get into.
Yeah.
It's not really what you thought it might be. But then all of a sudden there's a moment where it starts to take off. And at about the 3-hour and 15-minute mark of it, you think, actually, this is quite good.
It's going to launch.
That's what we've got here, Roger.
I think so.
This was a slow burner. We've had some good action on the court. We had that moment where the chair umpire had to dash off as quickly as I've ever seen a chair umpire move to go and rush up to the player to separate them from the crowd. Not something you see. Opelka serving to send this to a 5th set. And he's got new balls. That's a big combination, isn't it? Opelka's serve.
Oh.
Fiery balls in hand.
And what we're seeing now from the American is his ball striking off the back of the court's been a lot more pure, direct. He's been able to find some winners. There hasn't been the consistencies that we saw in 2.5 sets. And it's just, it's more businesslike. Playing the points on its merits, regardless of the win or loss. There's a lot more stability through the emotional side of the game.
Let the serve.
Three-set points, Roger. Did you see this coming?
No, I didn't. But you've called it.
We're off to a 5th set.
6 games to 4, 2-0.
wins the 4-6-4. And a change of clothes. Well, what a transformation, hey?
Yeah, you wouldn't have picked it. There's no doubt about it. But it just says a lot. You can take so much out of it. A lot of it more the mental application. This is the second shortest there. The first one 27 minutes race through, but 39 minutes there. Look at the first serve percentages in 92% for the Spaniard. If I showed you that alone, gee, you think, well, he must have gone pretty close to winning that set. But again, Reilly Opelka, the numbers for me, the big ones were the second service points won. Again, they were right up there. The unforced errors were really limited for the first time in the match. Only 4 to 16 winners. That was the biggest differential that he's had throughout the course of the match. And that's the most complete set of tennis that he's played so far in just over 3 hours.
So a little more action at the net for Opelka. Saved a break point in his first service game and then broke the Davidovich Fokina serve on his third game of the set, and that's when things got feisty. So we look at their 5-set record. Opelka's is not strong, 1-5. Davidovich Fokina 9-8.
And going in now into the 5th, where are you sitting? I mean, do you go with the player that's just won the last 2 sets, that looks a little stronger, just, or are you sticking with the seed?
Well, if I'm doing win predictor, I'm on board with Reilly Opelka in a big way. It's just a feeling, but the big serve, I think the fact that he's just left the court, by the way, Reilly Opelka, and Davidovich Fokina is comfortable just to stay where he is in the shade at the moment. That might be a factor as well, as the shade comes across the court here at Kia Arena. You know, we've commented on the demeanour of Opelka. That might help him. There's no change to the way he operates,
no.
So he doesn't have the highs and lows. So yep. In a kind of perverse way, that might be an advantage for him.
Well, he doesn't have it now that he's kept his stability, but the previous, early in the match, he wasn't like that. For Davidovich Fokina, he's just got to settle himself. He's got to just recall the fact that he was in a very good place, playing a nice, stable brand of tennis. Don't try and see if you can go back to that. Serving first, that should be the focus, that I'm serving first, I'm ahead of the count. I will get an opportunity. There's Reilly, not in a hurry to get back into this match. I would have been pretty quick to turn things around.
Yeah, keep the momentum going, you think?
I would have just kept it pretty quick. I know you've got to change, if you can have a change of clothes, but I would have got on my bike.
Not blistering hot. In fact, it's quite cool in Melbourne today, 22 degrees. You see it feels a little warmer than that down on court, but there's more of the southerly wind that you get in Melbourne rather than the hot northerly that comes from the desert. You've got the southerly that comes from Antarctica. It's a bit cooler. So here we go. 5th set. I'll give you all the various records once we get underway here. But Davidovich Fokina is going to serve.
Please.
So I mentioned, Roger, before that Opelka's never come from 2 sets to love down to win a match. Grand Slam record 1-5 in 5-setters. He's had 5 that have gone the distance at the Australian Open. Hasn't won one of them. 0-5 at the Australian Open. That's Opelka. Last one was against Mahash last year in the 2nd round.
And here's a big chance.
Yeah.
Look, there were 15 5-set matches in the 1st round. This is the first of the 5-setters in the 2nd.
No one's come back from a 2 sets to love down yet, I don't think. They didn't in the 1st round. Door just open a fraction here for Opelka. So Davidovich Fokina. So Opelka's 0-5 at the Australian Open in 5-setters. He's never come from 2 sets to love down. Davidovich Fokina at the Australian Open has had 5 5-set matches. He's 4-1, including last year where he defeated Felix Auger-Aliassime. So the statistics are telling you that, based on what's happened previously, Davidovich Fokina would be a strong favourite here in the final set, but
yeah, I just have no care about that.
No, based
0.
on what we're seeing,
yeah,
I have Opelka as the favourite.
And I just feel like the uncertainty of the Spaniards' side of the court's the one for me, because that was he chipped the ball then. He had luck, it was love 30. Opelka made a few unforced errors, which got him back to 30-all, and here's a moment again.
Well, if he gets a break here, then all of a sudden the odds of a victory increase significantly.
That was heart and mouth right there. I liked that the Spaniard took it upon himself to hit it aggressively, or hit and come in. Take control of the point.
Davidovich Fokina.
That came off the racket. It was almost like side spinning off the racket. Unusual, and then it took a little skip off the court as well.
Davidovich Fokina.
And you can see Davidovich Fokina is fighting himself so hard here to just get this first game.
First
Massive
game,
hold,
final
opening
set.
game of the final set, saved a break point.
Yeah, that was extremely lucky, absolutely. But you can see here he's just continually, you know, I'm not sure whether that's positive or that type of talk. But you feel like it's going to be a big challenge for him just to keep his emotions at check.
And at the other end, that's the same disposition that we've seen for the last 3 hours and 18 minutes.
Yeah, but
slow stroll.
But minus the chatter. So there hasn't been the chatter. This has been a
For
silent.
Opelka.
Yeah, from Opelka, it's been silent. And that's why his tennis has been at more of a premium in the back end.
Yeah, the chat got a little fruity, didn't it, early? They had to turn the microphone off.
I think we can turn them back on now. Just that ball will just shoot off the court.
Getting a little breezy down there too, by the looks of things. The shirt fluttering around. Seen a little more movement if the ball's not struck cleanly. It floating a little. Just that return of serve there from Davidovich Fokina just takes me back to those returns of serves where he almost had the fresh airs.
Yeah.
The opportunities that he's had in this match. He had all of those points in the second set where he was returning the serve, and then 3 unforced errors in the one game, break points.
A lot more accuracy as well over the last 2 sets. His ability to just find better locations.
Oh, first serve. Can you take the plastic, please? Yep. Sorry. Can we take that one, please? Sorry. Just put it on the bench. Thank you. Oh. $40-15.
Shouldn't be any damage there. If you're going to serve one, as we always say, it's probably the best time.
Game Opelka. 1 game off.
Word has spread around Melbourne Park that this is the close one, and all of a sudden seats are difficult to come by.
And the Alcaraz match has finished.
Yeah, it's as full as it's been. Just past 5 o'clock in the afternoon here.
That's what he did so well in the first couple of sets. Was happy to be, he was quite settled on the baseline and played with really good flight, depth, and used the full playing surface. Didn't flirt with the lines. Just like that.
30 love. 40 left. Game, Davidovich Fokina.
So after facing a break point in his opening service game, that was a much better serve for Davidovich Fokina, leading 2-1.
Time.
Perfect conditions for everybody. Fans around the precinct, in the stands, players on court. On serve, 5th set. So if you just joined us, you're in for some interesting tennis, because this match has been a roller coaster ride. 14-seeded Spaniard Alejandro Davidovich Fokina won the first 2 sets. Looked like he was headed for an early shower. Opelka fought his way back in. Took the 3rd set in a tight one.
30 left.
And then these players continued to improve to get to 2 sets apiece. He's never come from 2 sets to love down. He's never won a 5-setter at the Australian Open. He's 5-0 at the AO. He's only won 1 5-set match in his career. That came at Wimbledon against Stan Wawrinka a long time ago. Roger Rashid back in 2019. But with that big serve, he had an opportunity to break Davidovich Fokina's serve in the opening game here. Didn't quite get it, but we both feel like he's got his nose in front at the moment, even though the scoreboard says that they're all square. Because of that, because of the big serve.
2 games all.
Yeah, that's 35 now, but it's more that he's got some rhythm about his tennis match. So it's the serve's finding its mark a little bit better. The location's been hitting the right spots, and then he's been a lot more settled emotionally throughout the course of the game. For the first 2.5 sets, there was too much chatter. And for the first 2.5 sets, there was a conversation piece that was going on internally with himself and externally. And there was not focus on just what was in front of him. Right now, the Americans got that in spades. And for the number 14 seed, he's trying to find the tennis that got him to a 2-sets-to-love lead, that stability. Oh, it's a nervous shot. There was not that type of ball striking, and you can see the frustration because In the first few sets, it was just so sure he had the accelerated racket head speed. That was a guided ball. And that's courtesy for all about Opelka. More balls in play. He's offering a different type of challenge.
Oh, and we're seeing more of that too from Opelka. The back end of the third set, but particularly in the fourth.
Gee, he went a long way back just to engage the rally. He got that, and then look at this. For a big man to bend down from out there and find that laser backhand, superb.
30-14.
They saved the 2 break points with 2 big serves. As good as serves as he served all match.
Yes.
And funny enough, that was a nervous moment, because earlier in the match, in that third set, he had a break point with a volley on top of the net that he framed and hit to the bottom of the net.
Been a few moments like that, hasn't there? Service, as we said in the opening service game here, a break against his serve with Opelka's rockets is difficult to overcome.
Advantage, Davidovich
serving.
Yeah, so Opelka, when he decides to stand that far back, there is a bit of an issue. He gives you a lot of real estate to serve around him.
Game, wasn't it? Davidovich Fokina, no, still in front, 3-2.
Time.
So this was a pivotal moment in this match. This was after his broken serve in the fourth set, and Davidovich Fokina had some issues with some fans, US fans, and Nico Hellworth was forced to come out of the chair and dash down there to keep them apart. Family of boxers, the Davidovich Fokinas. You don't want to get in a stoush with him. And Nico Hellworth was down there. It was something we don't normally see at the tennis.
Haven't been too many times in the last set and a half that this man's lost the first point on serve.
A little more positivity in the movement of Opelka as well around the court, Roger. There's a little more pep.
Yeah, he's got energy. All his energy going into the right places now.
The scoreline still tied, still on serve, and just what we've been witnessing for the last 3.5 hours. This is Opelka at his best so far.
30-15.
There's the fans. Who have, they're right behind Davidovich Fokina at the moment too. I feel like I'm at the Ryder Cup golf. There's a bit going on in that uniform, that's for sure.
Is that a gold chain? I'd like that.
$40-30.
Squares it up. Opelka's only been to the third round once before. It was in 2022. Because he had that period of time from the US Open of 22 through to Wimbledon 24, where he missed 8 consecutive Grand Slams, hip and wrist injuries.
Definitely a lot of breeze down there as well that they're managing. Just movement of the ball.
15 left.
And it can swirl around on this court.
Ball. Left.
Been a good last couple of service games to get out of the previous one, but and also just to take a swift lead here.
Again, Davidovich.
With the advantage of serving first, he has that middle scoreboard pressure with the big serve. 4-3.
Time.
So 3 hours and 38 minutes. Kia Arena, full house here now.
Wait, please.
Ball.
Hasn't been able to get a handle on the Opelka serve. So much more damaging. Halfway through the third, that turned around.
We've talked about that a bit, the drop shot that's not often used by Opelka, even though Davidovich Fokina sits a long way back. He's used it to good success there. He's had a couple of those.
Yeah, he's generally used his forehand and really tried to drive it, so. Davidovich Fokina just got to be patient. No point getting too worked up over someone who serves like Opelka does. Just got to play what's in front of you.
There's another one. Opelka. New balls, please.
An element of surprise. So 4-all.
4 games all. Ball change.
And you can see he does have a lot of game, doesn't he, Opelka? So he's got all these shots. This is nice control to be able to do this. Totally had the Spaniard.
Take it to him.
You can hear that.
He was befuddled. He wasn't anywhere near it, was he? He was moving in completely the opposite direction.
Yeah, Craig Boynton there saying, take it to him.
We're brave enough to put the audio back up at Opelka's end, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely. Now, he's quiet as a mouse now. Can't get him to speak.
New balls. Had to turn them off because of the colourful conversations.
And I must say, from
15
this man's position, he's looking a lot more secure through the rally once the ball's in play. He's got his timing back. He's got his positioning of his ball striking back. He's playing into those big areas, safety areas.
.30 left.
Ball.
Left.
Be pretty good timing, wouldn't it, to have an easy service game? You can marshal your forces and see if you can muster a break.
Game, Davidovich Fokina.
But she does.
Davidovich Fokina leads 5 games to 4.
Racket back from the stringers. Of course, he lost one earlier. He had some slight damage to one that was self-inflicted.
Yeah, that's not coming back. You know what's funny about it is when they give it back to, they give it to someone in the crowd. I don't want your broken racket. I want one that works. Give me one that works.
I don't know. I think if you had one of Marcus Baghdatis's bracket
Not interested.
from the the absolute meltdowns.
Yeah, not his.
Daniel Medvedev when he's dealt some punishment to it.
Yeah, wasting my space. It's going in the green bin.
Time.
I've got a question for all of these people here. Why aren't they in Kia Arena? Because this is where the drama is. No better place to be at the moment. Absolute business end, 3 hours and 44 minutes. And Opelka, his big weapon is the serve. Needs to use it here.
Thank you. Ready for play.
So this is where it gets interesting, though, because been really safe on serve and has looked at a more solid player. But when the score says 4-5 and the crowd get involved because it's the situation it is, it takes a different position.
So his fastest serve of the match was 2:27. From memory, it was 3 hours and 42 minutes ago. It was almost the first serve of the match.
That's right.
Or his first serve of the match. Second fastest serve of the tournament. Couple of errors.
Great job from
15-13.
Davidovich Fokina to actually just manufacture something, get that ball in play through the middle there.
This is 2 5-setters last year, back-to-back. He defeated Mensik in the round of 32 after he got past Felix Auger-Aliassime. He's a 5-set specialist, the Spaniard. Opelka yet to win one at the Australian Open. Well, a long rally's not his strong suit for Opelka. 2 match points.
Thank you.
He does it again in 5 sets.
4-6, 6-4.
Well, what an entertaining encounter it was. It could have been done an hour or so ago. He dispatches the racket, this time in celebration. Not out of frustration. Well, that had a little bit of everything. Took a while to get going, it has to be said. 3 hours and 47 minutes later, after taking the first 2 sets, he gets the deciding set and he gets the win.